gotta do? What time is it? 3 in the morning? I gotta go to work at motherfucking 8, bro. What's good, y'all? What? My fault, I was smoking a black and mild. I'm gonna quit this weekend, hopefully. That's kind of what this episode's about. But welcome to OverOpinionated. You know, the podcast that's not really a podcast, but we gonna call it a podcast because people like to watch podcasts. But honestly, it's not a podcast. No, this is basically OverOpinionated conversations. Shit, I had the camera on the wrong way. I don't even got the fucking headphones with the microphone in. I'm not redoing that shit, bro. I got the shits in, bro. We done with the technical difficulties. Honestly, I was trying to think of some shit to talk about this motherfucking episode. And I couldn't think of shit. And out of nowhere, I started craving a motherfucking beer. Why? Because they fucking delicious. That's why. And I be scratched. Thing is, I haven't drank alcohol in 3 years. I've been sober since May 17, 2020. But I was a heavy drinker from 2008 to 2020. Which is crazy as fuck if you really think about it. Because I was only 18 in 2008. I was a full-fledged alcoholic at 18 years old. Addiction. That's like a subject that a lot of people don't like talking about. I'm gonna talk about it because I think other people need to hear about it. And I feel people going through it are gonna find comfort in hearing another person's testimony. Hopefully, I can provide people with some type of hope by sharing my experiences. Trust me, if I can make it through this shit, you can make it through this shit. Honestly, I feel like that's part of my mission. Yeah, I'm here to make y'all motherfuckers laugh, but I also want to give motherfuckers hope. I've been through a lot of shit in my motherfucking life. I was able to persevere through it, but I think God helped me persevere through it because he wanted me to share my experiences with everybody else. That's probably why he gave me an audience. So if that's my mission, that's what the fuck I'm gonna do. I might as well just give y'all a quick backstory. Growing up, both of my parents was alcoholics, but I didn't grow up with neither one of them in the house. I didn't really see that shit growing up. I grew up with my grandma, dog. This lady was basically the Pope. We used to have to go to church 4 days out the week. Bro, I feel like I was in church more than Jesus himself. I bet you the priest used to look at us like, these motherfuckers here again, bro. Y'all need a hobby. I didn't really get introduced to alcohol till I was about like 17. I had this homeboy, God rest his soul. He was kind of a bad influence on me. That was my dog though. And his main objective was always, let's get bitches. He was a little older, so he could buy alcohol and shit. So we would get a bottle and just try to link up with hoes all the time. My whole life I had anxiety. I never wanted to do shit that would trigger my anxiety. I figured if I was to get real drunk, I was gonna have a bad anxiety attack. So back then, I would only drink wine coolers and fucking Parrot Bay. All my homies was drinking Hennessy and shit. I'm here drinking motherfucking Parrot Bay. Even my mom was like, bro, that sucks, bro. My dog used to get mad as a motherfucker. So we all drinking to get bitches, not to get like bitches. I remember one day he just got a bottle of E&J. He like, bro, drink this. No, bro, what the fuck? You being like a fucking bitch. What the fuck you just called me? I am not a bitch. I really want to fight him because he's a boxer and shit. Don't call me that shit again though. You gonna drink this, put some hair on your chest and stop being a motherfucking hoe. After that first cup of E&J, I was hooked. That shit made me forget that I got anxiety. I loved being drunk. So after that I said fuck Pale Bread and all that other shit. That's fucking juice, bro. That shit is for the bitches. After that it was straight E&J, Hennessy, Sailor Jerry, Captain Morgan, Bacardi. I didn't even like drinking clear liquor. I was on dark all the fucking time. And when I say I was drunk all the time, I was drunk all the fucking time. To the point that people just associated me with being drunk. But I was a drunk and I was okay with that. I even had a mixtape called Under Intoxication. That was around the time like weed rap started getting real popular. I didn't smoke weed. I said fuck weed rap. I'm gonna make drunk rap. I'm gonna make alcoholism cool. If I could told the 18-year-old me, I'll be like fucking stupid, bro. Drunk rap not gonna catch on, I promise. Put your ass in rehab. But I had accepted that I was an alcoholic. I'll tell you straight the fuck up. I was always told if you doing some shit that you think that you gotta hide, then you probably shouldn't be doing that shit. So I didn't hide the shit. I'm not ashamed of what the fuck I am. I'm a fucking alcoholic. I'm cool with that. God said, he without sin cast the first stone. You put that stone down. You are a whore. And you too, you put that shit down. You be, who the fuck are you? Don't judge me. Fuck you. Actually, I just lied. There was one person I would hide it from. My grandma. I don't know, like my grandma, you know how parents say they don't have no favorites? That's bullshit. I was my grandma's favorite. And in my grandma's mind, for some reason, I could do no wrong. So when she was around, I did no wrong. But when she wasn't around, I did a lot of wrong. She never saw me get drunk. I really cared how she viewed me because a lot of people viewed me in a fucked up way. She was the only person that bypassed all that shit. She didn't see anything wrong with me. She was the only person left that viewed me that way. I didn't want to fuck that up. But that's what substance abuse does. People gonna start judging you. Nobody like to be judged. But it's inevitable. You gonna be judged. Honestly, my grandma knew though. But she never saw me do it. But I know she smelt it on me. I was one of the motherfuckers that used to always carry around an Axe bottle trying to cover up the smell. I used to run through Axe bottles like they was draws. Didn't do shit though. No bullshit. I probably smelled like Stone Cold Steve Austin. But anyway, I kept doing the same shit. Drinking like a motherfucker. In the first 3 years of alcoholism, that was fun as a motherfucker. I ain't even gonna lie to you. But I was so confident. I was fucking so many bitches. I was shy before that. But that liquid courage is serious though. But I was just smooth. I was having fun like a motherfucker. I was young too. So I was going to all the college parties and shit. I was taking trips. I don't even leave my house now. I don't know how other alcoholics be saying this shit fuck their life up. This shit fun as a motherfucker. Probably because I used to drink a little bit more moderately than later on in life, I would only drink Fridays and Saturdays. I wouldn't drink on Sunday. That didn't last long. Only the first 3 years. I probably should have kept drinking like that. Then 2012 hit. That was probably the worst year of my motherfucking life. That was the year I lost it all. Literally. So one common misconception about alcohol is that you could self-medicate with it and it helped depression and anxiety. I'm here to tell you, no the fuck it don't. It's not an antidepressant. It's a depressant. I remember I was in this relationship with this chick. Well, she was like crazy. Really crazy. Mentally crazy. She was so fucking fine. And she had like the fattest ass and the smallest waist. Let me tell you something about them pretty girls. Like not the regular pretty. The ones that are like a little too pretty. Them bitches are crazy. Get you a regular pretty girl. Slightly above ugly. Those are good up here. Them extremely pretty girls. Them bitches got something wrong with them. They all got some type of trauma and shit. When you fuck with a traumatized chick, she gonna traumatize you too. She wanna be traumatized in unity. So anyway, I got with this crazy ass chick. And she would stress me the fuck out. She would hack my phone. Literally hack my phone from her computer. Like you work for the FBI, hack all my social media. Why did I stay? Motherfucker, I just told you she was fine as a motherfucker. Never checked the fattest ass. Like 2 plums, bro. Like big plums. Like plump plums. Plump plums. You know what the fuck I'm saying. So I just stuck around. I ain't gonna lie to you. She always nagging. Fuck out my ear. So I just say, remember I told you I wouldn't drink Monday through Thursday? Bro, I was drinking Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, twice on Sunday. So whatever, we broke up. But I had already developed the motherfucking drinking habit. It was part of why she left. So alcoholism wasn't all bad. Got rid of this crazy bitch. But it fucked up everything else. About to lose my motherfucking job. I was wasting so much on my motherfucking habits. I was falling behind on bills. And then it wasn't helping my anxiety or my depression no more. It was actually making the shit worse. My anxiety got so motherfucking bad. I think it was around late March, early April, 2012. I had a fucking mental breakdown, bro. A lot of people say that word lightly, but I had an actual mental breakdown. It was no joke. I was this close to Baker acting myself. I swore I needed to go to the fucking crazy house. Only time I feel remotely normal was when I was fucked up. So I was fucked up around the clock, at work, on the clock, all the fucking time. I lived like that for another 3-4 months. My mom lived in Massachusetts. Around August, September of that year, I had to call her. Told her straight the fuck up. I need you to pick me up. I'll put everything in storage. I'll move from Florida to fucking Massachusetts. That's exactly what the fuck I did. Mind you, I hate Massachusetts. It's so fucking cold. I couldn't do it. I couldn't even find a fucking job. I only lasted 6 months. Life was just shit. And my anxiety was getting worse. I was in the emergency room every other week. These bitches knew my name, bro. Hold on, Mr. Martinez. Back again? Shut up. So instead of getting better, I just started getting hooked on more shit. See, because alcoholism is a gateway drug. I don't care what nobody says. So I ended up being on Xanax, Valium, Prozac, whatever anti-anxiety medication you could think of. These motherfuckers had me on that shit. I went to therapy. I read the AA book. Oh, I even went to priests so they could do like exorcisms and shit. They ain't do no exorcism, but like they prayed for me. I did that shit for 6 months. Till supposedly I had felt good enough to come back. Honestly, I just waited till my income tax check dropped. Once that motherfucker dropped, I bought a plane ticket and I cleared it. I didn't think that shit through. I touched down in Florida and I remembered I don't have an apartment. So I was homeless for about like 2 weeks. Eventually my aunt found out and I was able to stay with them for a little bit. Just shout out to my aunt. I appreciate it. And that little money I came with, I should have used the shit smart, but guess what the fuck I used it for? That's what alcoholism do. It creates a dependency for the shit. So a little 1-2 grand that I had, I was slowly drinking that shit away. As soon as my aunt let me stay with her, for that money, I was drinking that shit away. I ain't gonna lie to you. Then like within 2 weeks, I got a job because my dogs looked out. And all I would do is get paid and drink the check away. I did that for the next 8 years, bro. Jumping from couch to couch, staying with this friend, staying with that friend, sleeping in this laundromat, sleeping in that laundromat, kicking it with this bitch for a minute, kicking it with that bitch for a minute. But listen, these bitches had apartments, so sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. I didn't even see shit wrong with what I was doing because I was so fucked up. You know that whole decade I had got evicted 4 times? Because when you fucked up, you don't give a fuck about shit. And then you young, so you like, oh, you live and you learn. A lot of people will give you the benefit of the doubt when you young. But then I hit 27 and I was at rock bottom. I was living in my motherfucking car and I was just losing hope in everything. No, and the only reason I had a car was because my uncle sold it to me. So I was able to make payments. If not, I wouldn't even have that shit. I was working a shitty ass job. I was such a liability, bro. They paid me less than everybody in the motherfucking building. Everybody made like 12, 13, 14. Bro, I was getting paid $10.50. They hired me at 11. When I left, I got paid $10.50. Everybody else got raises. I got a pay cut. I showed up to work every day drunk. I used to go to work just to go to the bathroom and take a 2-hour nap. I was an awful motherfucking employee. I ain't gonna lie to you. But they liked me for some reason. But I wasn't living life, bro. I was miserable. It was like 2017. Living in my car and I had shit else to do. Depressed as a motherfucker. motherfucker. And drunk as a motherfucker. My floor used to just be filled with cans of fucking natural light. Cause I'm cheap. I just told you I made $10.50. I was just drinking my life away, getting more depressed. At that point, I had gave up with the rap dream and all that other shit. I didn't know what the fuck I was gonna do with my life. But one day I just pick up my motherfucking phone and I just start making motherfucking videos. Low key in the back of my mind, I always wanted to do like YouTube and shit. I just never could focus on the shit. Now I'm living in my motherfucking car. I ain't got shit to do. I ain't got nowhere to go. Fuck it, I'ma just start making videos. And that's what the fuck I did. And I started getting a motherfucking passion for it. I really started loving this shit. And out of nowhere, my fucking Instagram went from like 1,000 followers to 6,000 followers. In like 3 months, I was like, what the fuck going on? But now in my mind, I'm like, yo, this may actually be something positive. No, I ain't even know why I was getting followers. Them videos suck. Them shits was ass, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. But you know, practice make perfect. I just kept making videos, kept making videos. And the shit would keep me distracted. By a miracle, I don't know how the fuck this shit happened. I ended up getting a motherfucking apartment. Let me tell you something. This shit was so out of my motherfucking budget. And at the time, I was working 2 motherfucking jobs. I wasn't a hard worker for nothing. But to make sure that I could get fucked up comfortably, I was working my call center job during the day. And at night, I was doing motherfucking security. Yeah, I was doing security, weighing a fucking 155 pounds. Cause that alcohol had me skinny as a motherfucker. I'm not a big motherfucker now. But 5'10", 155 pounds. What the fuck you think I'm gonna do in security? You think I'm gonna split up a fight? Nah, I don't think so. I was letting these motherfuckers do whatever they want. They almost didn't hire me. I had to lie like a motherfucker. Everybody lie on their motherfucking resume. I told the motherfuckers I was a black belt. Told the motherfuckers I knew Muay Thai. Oh yeah, that ain't shit, bro. I can kill a motherfucker with 2 fingers. Yep, bitch. Now, technically, growing up, I used to watch a lot of karate movies. I was a kung fu connoisseur. So, technically, in my mind, I wasn't even lying. I'm qualified. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. But I got fired after 2 weeks. So then after that, I had to be a little bit more realistic. Started delivering pizzas. And I was making bank off that shit. But even with that, I was getting fucked up. I would do my first delivery. And on the way back to Pizza Hut, I would stop at the gas station and get my first 4-pack of the night. And a 5-pack of Black & Mild. I had dark tints. So I was drinking while I'm doing my motherfucking delivery. I did that. I did the call center. And on Sundays, I used to work at the stadium. I was juggling 3 jobs just to be able to drink. This some junk ass shit, I ain't gonna lie. But honestly, that's dedication. I'm not addicted, I'm committed. But it wasn't enough, I ended up losing that apartment too. Now I'm about to be homeless again. During them 10 years, I was homeless more than I actually had a place to stay. So one day I go to work and I'm feeling depressed as a motherfucker. I'm just thinking about life, cause at that point I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. And I don't even think I had money to drink this motherfucking day. But I used to go to work at 1 p.m. So I was already fucked up when I got there. I wasn't fucked up this day. And I'm thinking about everything. I done lost girlfriends, close friends, some family ain't fuck with me. I didn't have no money. I ain't had a place to stay. My car was fucked up. Now honestly, at this point, I had already lost my car. Long story, but I had lost my car and all the possessions that I had in that motherfucker, which was everything. I ended up with 2 trash bags full of clothes. I lost everything. This was all because I wanted to get fucked up. And you probably looking at me like I'm stupid, but this is my life. I'ma live my motherfucking truth. It is what it is. I had lost so many jobs. I had just lost it all at this point. I had been at this job for like 4 years at this point. I had a supervisor that previously was an agent. She was older, you know what I'm saying? She was like late 40s. We was cool as a motherfucker. You know, we would talk about life and she would try to give me advice and shit. I had just gotten my eviction notice. Started asking her about eviction. She gave me the runaround on how that shit worked. And if anything's done wrong, how you could take people to court and all that other shit. I'm like, alright, cool, thank you, I appreciate it. And then she slipped me a note. And the note said, hey, check me out, bro. I know that you going through a lot of shit in life. I don't have much that I can offer you. And I can't really help you that much, but I can help you. Look, I got a small apartment. If you could pay half of the rent, I know you about to get evicted. I'll let you stay with me until you can get back on your feet. I don't want you to be in the street again. That's crazy. We didn't know each other. And I know what y'all gonna think, like, oh, maybe she wanted a dick. No, she like pussy like I like pussy. We are 2 vagina fanatics. She saw some type of potential in me that I never saw in myself. To this day, 5 years later, this person still believes in me more than I believe in myself. So yeah, I ended up moving in. And it wasn't easy, bro. My dog, she like very like militant and shit. You feel what I'm saying? And I was the complete opposite. I ain't never had structure. I've been on my own since I was 18 years old. And I was a fucking alcoholic. I was an awful roommate. I ain't gonna lie to you. But for some reason, this person never gave up on me. She just got more and more militant. That was it. But it was with good intention, bro. She would buy composition notebooks and slam them in front of me. She'll look me dead in the fucking face. Hey, put the beer down, write some fucking jokes. She was the first person to push me to do comedy. She like, bro, you got too much talent to be sitting around here drinking your life away. Keep fucking around. You know what's gonna happen? We're gonna end up old, broken, under a tree. Man, under a tree? What? See them crackheads right now? Just sitting under the fucking tree? It happened to be motherfuckers sitting under a tree. What the fuck they doing? They was drinking beer. Well, okay, it's Sunday. They do that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So who cares if it's Sunday? What they gotta show for it? Is that how you wanna end up? Nah. So get on your shit. You got too much potential, bro. But that alcohol was like a can of fuck it all. You're not gonna give a fuck. So I'm hearing you, but I'm not listening. Oh, she did that every day for a motherfucking year. Probably a year and a half. That's how long we lived with each other. And one day she told me, hey man, I'm moving out. If you can promise me that you can keep this motherfucking apartment, I'll transfer it over to you. Oh, she took me out the street. She planted the seeds in me getting sober and then chasing my dream. And she gifted me an apartment. All she wanted in return was that I was gonna get my life together. Then she left and the motherfucking pandemic hit. When that pandemic hit, I am drinking more than ever. I'm working from home now. Drinking. I don't even gotta wake up early. I wake up 15 minutes before having to go to work. Just clock in. Drink a beer for breakfast. Now I did that March. I did that April. During this time and even before that, I noticed myself, I was getting physically sick. My stomach lining was trash. I was throwing up bile because I couldn't even keep food in. This may sound like an exaggeration, but I was dying slowly. At the rate you going, you are going to die. I couldn't even get in the car without throwing up. My bones felt brittle. I didn't go to no fucking doctor, but I knew. You could feel when something fucked up with you. So around April, I'm just thinking of all the conversations that we used to have over and over and over again. And I would think about how much she would try to push me to do comedy. Cause by this time, I'm very on and off. Sometimes I'll be really inspired, I create content. Then I go a whole month and I don't do shit. But by that time, I had really developed a motherfucking passion for it. But I ain't had shit to show for it. So I'm like, what the fuck the point? May 2020, I had a motherfucking epiphany. I'm tired of feeling like shit. I'm tired of living like shit. I'm tired of not having shit to show. I'm tired of the motherfucking depression. Tired of the motherfucking anxiety. I just want to be successful. How the fuck I'm gonna make that shit happen? So I had to make a motherfucking choice. I had to choose between comedy and drinking. What's more important? Cause you can't do both. Maybe some of y'all could do both. But this shit had consumed my motherfucking life. And I was probably gonna lose my life if I didn't quit. I probably wouldn't be able to tell you this motherfucking story today if I would've never quit. May 17, 2020, I quit drinking. And I haven't drank since. After that decision, my life skyrocketed. It took a while though. If you're an alcoholic and you watching this, I'm gonna give you this warning. Withdrawals from alcoholism suck, bruh. I went through that shit for 3 motherfucking months. Anxiety attacks are gonna go through the motherfucking roof. You gonna get the shakes. You gonna feel like you losing your motherfucking mind. Depersonalization. You gonna be extremely mad, extremely irate. You gonna suffer depression like a motherfucker. Once you go through that 60 days, 90 days, you're gonna feel like a completely new person. You gonna learn how to live again. You finally gonna be able to see how beautiful life is through sober eyes. Just being able to wake up every day, bro, and not be dependent on anything. After that, my comedy finally started taking off. I finally took my craft serious. I finally got a better job. I went up to like 200-something thousand followers on social media. I was able to reconnect with God again. That got me through the withdrawals too. You gotta seek strength from something positive. Dog, look at me 3 years later. I'm not living in no fucking luxurious place, no shit like that. I'm not making 7 figures, but I'm doing way better than I did my entire 20s. I'm not telling you to quit. I can't tell you what the fuck to do. Cause you only gonna quit when you wanna quit. But I'm here to tell you that it's possible. That's all I'm here to tell you. I have wrote all these pages of motherfucking shit to talk about. I didn't talk about none of that shit. I just ended up sharing my story. So I'm gonna end this episode with a story that actually happened to me when I was drinking and shit. Alright, so back in 2017, y'all know I was homeless, living in my car, alcoholic, all that shit. And I told y'all that's when I really started doing the videos and shit. You know Instagram be killing your fucking phone battery like a motherfucker. I needed somewhere where I could charge my shit. I'm not always gonna be using my fucking car charger. You think I'm gonna waste gas like that? Told y'all I'm cheap. I used to park my car behind this motherfucking gas station. I was cool with the owner. He used to look out for me. Let me park up behind the gas station, but they ain't have no power outlet. So right next to the gas station where I used to stay at, walk a little bit up the street, used to be a gynecology office. Pussy doctor. Focus. Let me be mature. So that office used to close at like 5:36. After that shit was completely deserted. It had a little walkway, and at the end of the walkway, it had an outlet on the outside of the fucking building. So that turned into my motherfucking hangout spot. Every day after 6-7 o'clock at night, I'll go there with my phone charger, 2 4-packs of beer, pack of Black and Mild. I was about to be a motherfucking party. I'm fucking 27 years old doing this bullshit, bro. But where I'm supposed to go? Home? Ain't no fucking home. No, and that plaza was completely closed on Sundays. So I spent my whole day there. One Sunday, I got a little too drunk. I had a 24 ounce of motherfucking Bud Light after I had already drank about 12 beers. I go to the party spot, start charging my motherfucking phone, looking at YouTube videos and shit. I end up falling asleep, which I've done before. That's not no problem. But there's rules to this shit. If you gonna fall asleep in that motherfucker, I had to be the fuck up out of there by 5:30 in the morning. Honestly, 5 in the morning. Cause around 5:30, 5:45, that's when the employees start coming in. I definitely wasn't trying to get no motherfucking trespass charge. No, stupid that look on your fucking record. How you got this childish ass charge at 27 but I always wake up 4:35 in the morning, get in my car, get the fuck up out of there. I never saw the sun, unless if I was sleeping from Friday to Saturday. Cause the only people that would see you would be the fucking cleaning ladies and shit. And honestly, they ain't give a fuck. They mind their motherfucking business. Shout out to Guadalupe. But this Sunday, I fucked up. Closed my eyes, fell asleep. All of a sudden, I wake up with this hot ass beam of sun just hit me in the fucking face. It's foreign to me. I ain't never been here during the motherfucking day. Then I look over and remember that 24 ounce of beer that I told you all about? I spilled that shit over and I got that shit all over me. I smell like a motherfucking brewery, bro. Damn, bro. Shit. I knew I had to get the fuck up out of there. I started getting my charger and all that shit. I looked down the aisle. Guess what the fuck I see? 2 police officers walking straight towards me. These motherfuckers must have thought I was scrapped or some shit. They had bulletproof vests and all that, clutching their gun and shit. Agent J and K, y'all can relax. First thing they tell me that I smell drunk as a motherfucker. So I tell them straight up like, yeah, I was drinking. I had 16 cans surrounding me and shit. And I'm soaked in beer. I can't lie my way out of this. Whatever, they put me in cuffs. At that point, I'm like, fuck, I'm about to go to jail. Gotta go to the call center at fucking 1 o'clock. I don't have bail money, bro. Even if I did have bail money, how the fuck I'ma drink? I was mad as a motherfucker. But this cop threw me the fuck off. I remember he sat me down and he's like, what the fuck going on, bro? And usually I don't talk to cops. I don't know, I guess this time I needed a fucking vent. And I told him everything that was going on. Told him I was living in my car. Told him I was drinking to get away from shit. Told him I wanted to do better, but I couldn't. This was the first time in a long time that someone asked me why and what before how. And let me explain. People are quick to tell you, yo, how the fuck did you allow yourself to get in this fucked up situation? How the fuck could you be so stupid? How? He didn't ask me that. He asked me, why are you so deep into addiction? What caused it? It was sincere questions. So I told him. He listened to me rant for about like 10, 15, 20 minutes. I don't know. After I told him all that, I don't know what he told me. I'm gonna let you go because you don't seem like a bad person. You just look like a person that's going through a bad patch. Listen, we all go through shit. And sometimes we hit rock bottom. It's inevitable. Everybody hits rock bottom at least once in their life. I done hit rock bottom. She done hit rock bottom. Everybody done hit rock bottom. But this is the secret of life. Whenever you hit rock bottom, even if it's more than once, you always gotta remind yourself of one thing. Make sure to land on your back. Make sure you land on your back. I'm looking at him like, I thought you was about to say some deep shit. What the fuck does that mean? Think about it. If you land on your face, all you gonna see is the ground. You gonna literally feel like you at rock bottom. But if you land on your back, what do you see? You see the sky, you see the clouds. So when you land on your back, keep reminding yourself the sky's the limit. You see how it don't stop? The possibilities are endless. You are limitless. Never forget that shit. When he told me that shit, it really changed my perception on everything. Now don't get me wrong, I still bullshitted for another 2-3 years. But I never forgot that conversation. And hopefully somebody hearing this could remind themselves of that shit. Whenever they trying to push through their bullshit and try to overcome their bout with addiction or whatever other issues they're going through, remember, it's only temporary. Sky's the limit. You got this. So basically, I told you a small percentage of all the shit I went through for like 12 years. You're probably wondering for what? Like I told you in the beginning of this motherfucking video. Maybe this not meant for you, but you probably didn't make it this far in the video anyway. If you still watching this motherfucking video, this video was meant for you. I tell you all that shit to be completely transparent with you. So if you going through some bullshit, just know that you not alone. There's other people out here, like myself, that have been through hell and back as well. No, and I'm here to be able to tell you that motherfucking story. That means I survived. I made it through. And I've been a weak ass motherfucker, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I fell back to addiction so many times in my journey. I let addiction overpower me multiple times. I did a lot of stupid shit under addiction. But if I made it through it, you can make it through it too. It may feel like it's impossible, but it's not impossible. Nothing in life is impossible. Don't forget that shit, bruh. Nah, this one gonna be a lot longer than last episode. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. But hopefully it helps somebody. I gotta get that shit up off my chest, bruh. Now remember, I fucks with y'all, but I'ma fuck with y'all. That's the end of this episode.